Come on, cut it out. Yeah. 525 City Hall. You know something? I am beginning to hate payday. All it does is remind me of the treadmill I'm on. Every month I write as many letters as I do checks. Dear sir, because of special circumstances, I'm only... You know what the special circumstances are? I'm a cop. That's the special circumstance. Look at this thing. Doc Goldberg. That bill has been there for 2 months. He's not a rich man either. He's got 2 kids in college. What am I supposed to write him? Dear Doc, thank you very much for coming out in the middle of the night, but you know how things are, Doc, so would you please wait a couple of more months, Doc? The vacation account. Honey, we haven't got a vacation account. I can't put money away for a vacation when I can't pay the bills. I'm sick of it, and I can't write any more letters. And I am tired of making Doc wait for his money. And I'm tired of not being able to buy my wife the things I want for her. You're not tired today. Well, honey, you're not the breadwinner. Or what passes for the breadwinner around here. I've had it, Teddy. I'm going to get myself a job that pays a living wage. I'm going to quit the force. This is a long shot. I haven't seen this man in almost 2 years. Don't go away. I'll probably be right back.
course I remember you. You saved the bank a lot of money and unpleasant publicity by the way you handled that embezzlement case. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Want to sit down?
Yes, sir.
Well, what can we do for you? You opening an account with us?
I'm afraid the Park Avenue Bank and Trust is a little rich for my bank account, Mr. Frost.
Thank you. Sit down. Well, I trust this is not an official.
No, sir. What I wanted to see you about... Well, you may have forgotten this, but after we wrapped up the case, you said that there was a job here for me as chief of security.
I remember.
I was wondering if the job was still open.
Now, isn't this odd?
What?
That must have been nearly 2 years ago.
It was 2 years and 2 weeks, Mr. Frost.
2 years and 2 weeks. We needed the chief of security then. You said you wanted to remain on the force. We hired another man.
Well, I figured it was a long shot after all this time.
But the man we had in the job left 5 days ago. Oh, he liked the job. His wife needed to live in a warmer climate. By the way, do you mind my asking why you want the job now?
Well, I just thought it was time for a change.
I see. Well, good. Welcome aboard.
Mr. Frost.
Yes?
Please, I don't want you to think I'm hedging, sir, but... Well, on the force, we have a name for recruits. They're called probationers. They're given a set time to prove themselves. Now, this is a two-way street. The force has the same time to prove itself. If the force and the probationer don't see eye to eye, it's goodbye, no hard feelings.
You think we should do the same thing?
I think it's a good system.
Well, I must say, it sounds reasonable to me. How long a period did you have in mind?
Would 3 weeks be agreeable, sir?
3 it is. Can you start Monday?
I'll be here. Thank you very much.
Fine. I'll see you Monday, then.
Yes, sir. And that is only the beginning. No, I do not need a new hat. What's the matter with the suit? All right, so it's 2 years old. It's 7 years old. What's the matter with this? I've only got 2 suits. Teddy, I do not need another suit. Teddy, I do not need another suit. Understand?
That's an excellent fit, sir.
Well, then why can't I breathe? Could you run up the shoulders a little bit?
You're joking, of course.
Was I joking? A traitor. Okay, it's a nice suit, and I'll be back.
Oh, pardon me, sir. I don't mean to pry, but since you and your wife both like the suit, and since it is such an excellent fit, why don't you take it along with you?
Well, since you put it that way, I can't take it along with me because I can't pay for it.
Well, perhaps you'd like to open up a charge account. See, all you need is your driver's license, business address, and 2 other places where you have charge accounts.
Yeah, well, I struck out on that last one. I don't have any other charge accounts.
Well, we'd be pleased to open one for you. It might take a little longer.
Listen, I work at Park Avenue Bank and Trust, if that'll help.
Why, yes, sir. One moment, please.
Harry?
Down the right over here. Thank you.
No, absolutely not, no. Come.
Hi, Teddy. Say, that's quite a... That is a hat, isn't it?
You know, I've been thinking about where I've seen a hat like that before. Then it suddenly hit me. I got one like it. I use it for fishing. You ever try hanging fish hooks around the edge?
Don't let him kid you, Teddy. I like it.
Say, what are you doing down here?
Steve's in the lieutenant's office.
What's up?
He's trying to change his vacation.
Why?
I don't know.
Wonder why he'd want to change his vacation.
It's
tell you why, so you can be somewhere where there are no holdups, no robberies, no matrimonial altercations.
That's your reason.
You got a better reason? Well, I gotta go. Teddy, have a nice time. Make him sit.
You know something? You've changed, Teddy. You're even more beautiful than when Steve married you.
Lucky dog.
Say, what's this about switching the vacation? Knock it off, Teddy. You can read my lips. No kidding. What's it all about? Take good care of the shop, man. Hey, Steve, where you going? You're the detective. You figure it out. It's 10 after 9. Now I know what they mean by banker's hours. Do I look like a banker? Come on, come on. You're not on a jury. I hope Mr. Frost is impressed. You get the impression I'm stalling? Well, I am. What is it? I'm a grown man on his way to work. I feel like a kid on his first day at a new school. Huh? Okay, kiss me goodnight. That's a kiss. I mean, there's never a special time for that. I'm not going. Okay, but I'll be back. Banker's hours. Remember, I'll see you tonight. What for? And goes with the suit. Well, it beats a mug file. It's lighter, too, you know. Now, what am I going to carry in this? My lunch? I can sure pick 'em, Ken. Okay, so where's my picture? Have something once. Just once. I'd like to have the last word with you. You know who I really miss is your father. Well, he knew how to get me out of the house, boy. You remember when we were going together, come 12 midnight, there he'd be loud and clear. Corella, get out!
sir? Is there something wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong. I work here.
Sir?
I'm Steve Carella, new chief of security.
Oh, yes, sir.
That is.
Yes, sir, Mr. Carella. I'm Frank.
Yeah, well, I'm Steve, Frank. Hi.
Yes, sir, Mr. Carella?
All right, have it your way.
In your office, sir. No offense, sir, but that was a police badge you showed me. I was wondering...
You're a friend of the commissioner's, Frank.
I'll be right back, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the bank. I'm Miss Bird.
Oh, thank you, Miss Bird. I'm Steve Carella.
I know. I'm your secretary, Mr. Carella.
Oh. Won't you sit down?
Oh, I can't. Your staff is waiting.
My staff?
The guards.
What are they waiting for?
Your instructions.
Let's see. No, I don't see, but I guess you better send it in anyway.
One more thing.
Yes.
How do you like your coffee?
Immediately.
Excuse me, sir. Mrs. Earl. Glad to meet you, sir.
Earl.
And Lloyd. Likewise. Any special orders, Chief?
Keep a sharp lookout.
Yes, sir. All right, men.
Hi. I've been ringing and ringing. Didn't you see the light? What's all this Joe tells me? Wait a minute. Now. Joe just called me up from the office. He said he walked to the bus with Steve, and Steve said he was trying out a new job. Chief security officer at a fancy bank. How come? More money? Oh, that's wonderful. A lot more money? Even if it wasn't a lot more, just to know he's not out chasing gangsters and getting shot at, would be quite a relief. Is Steve excited? He darn well ought to be. Regular hours, home for dinner every night. What more could he want? Go back to school? Go into painting? Okay. So he liked being a detective. You know what Joe wanted to be when I first met him? A forest ranger. Do you know where a forest ranger lives? In a little house on top of a mountain 8 million miles from nowhere. Yeah, so now Joe works in Wall Street and makes enough money, so we go to the mountains every year. To a good hotel. He breathes deeply for 2 weeks and he's a happy man. So don't worry about Steve, he'll adjust. Look, Teddy, if he's feeling a little lost, why don't you go on down and surprise him? Take him to lunch. Live it up. You know, a candlelight and wine. How about it? Oh, nonsense. All right, if you're going to be so conscientious, I'll do it myself. Listen, why don't you go make yourself look like a female and take your husband to lunch? Go on.
big mouth. Morning, Steve.
Oh, good morning, sir.
I have a little chore for you.
Oh, good.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. There's no need for you to carry a gun around here, Steve.
Well, there was 2 years ago, sir.
True, I know. But that's what the guards are for.
Mr. Frost, what am I for?
You mean, what do you do around here?
That's it.
Just about the same as I do here. Make the clients comfortable. The Park Avenue is a unique institution, Steve. So I'm sure every bank feels that, but in our case, it's true. We're not a commercial bank. You won't see 25 people a day out there. The people you do see are among the wealthiest in this country. They and their families have been with us for years. 3, 4, 5 generations. We've earned a good deal of money from those people, Steve. We try to cater to them. There's one of those clients waiting for us now.
Yes, sir. Ready?
Not quite. The gun.
Thank you.
Andrea, this is the young man I've been telling you about. See,
how do you
this is
do?
Mrs. Edison. Mrs. Edison.
So you're the new security chief.
Yes, ma'am.
Like your job?
Well, I haven't been on it long enough to find out. As a matter of fact, I don't know what I'm supposed to do yet.
At the moment, you're supposed to be humoring old women with lots of money. Doesn't quite strike your fancy, does it, young man?
No, it doesn't.
Then why do you do it?
Does that come under the heading of humoring, too?
Here you are, Andrea.
I think I like your young man, John.
Good. I'm delighted to have my judgment vindicated. It's only his first day, you know.
Obviously. Put it on the table.
Oh, certainly.
I hate tea. My husband's mother always drank tea here. My husband liked me to drink tea here. John knows that. So he always sees to it that I have a cup of tea. Very well, John. Now, may I get on with my business?
Yes, you're in capable hands with Steve. Excuse me.
Are you capable?
Mrs. Edgerton, this is my first day. Now, that made it tough before you got here.
I was very rude. Will you accept my apologies?
Yes, of course.
Sit down, please. I'm not ordinarily a rude one.
That's obvious.
Thank you. But today I'm a frightened woman.
Well, that's not so obvious.
It's true. You see, I have a son. My son has a wife. They live very well, I see to that. But my son's wife doesn't think so. Why am I telling you all this?
Maybe because I'm a stranger.
You're a very wise young man. It's true, I suppose. You see, my son's wife thinks they ought to have a villa in the south of France. And now my son thinks so, too. Well, here's the villa. What do you think, Steve?
I think it's none of my business, Mrs. Edgerton.
Please.
All right. If your son wants a villa in the south of France, I think he should earn his villa in the south of France.
Thank you. Would you ask Mr. Frost to come down?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Lady to see you, Mr. Carlin.
See me? No, just send her in. Well, hi. You like it? I thought we could move out of the apartment and move in here. Surprised to see you? No. I knew you were nosy enough to come on down here and find out what was happening. Lunch. It's a date. You don't mind if we make a quick one, though, do you? I mean, I've got a pretty full day ahead of me. At 1 o'clock, I have to judge a beauty contest. A beauty contest. For the depositor with the best figure. Female, that is. Yeah, really. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm supposed to take the winner out for cocktails. Teddy, it's part of the job. You understand, don't you? And it just goes on like that all day long. I'll show you. I can dream, can I? As a matter of fact, I did have one female visitor in today, though. Lady with a real problem. She wanted to know if she should cash some securities to give her son a villa in France. That's not fair. She was a nice lady. I liked her. Should we put on the feet? Should we dine? Hi, Vic.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Ann. You should know my wife, huh?
Yeah, sure, hi. Say, can we give you and the missus a lift somewhere?
No thanks, Vic.
What'd you say?
Nothing. My wife and I are on vacation.
Oh.
Report to Central Station.
Sorry, that's us, Steve. Gotta run. See you around. Well, how long will we be having the pleasure of your company, Sam?
Oh, about a week, I reckon, give or take a day. Shouldn't take no longer than that to wrap up that little old deal. John, you know trouble you folks up here.
What?
You think too much.
That's fact.
Time you're through thinking, ain't no deal. But I sure do want that little ranch next to mine, so I reckon I'll just have to sit back and let your boys think it through.
Here you are, Mr. Thorpe.
Thank you, boy. Much obliged to you.
Our pleasure, Sam. Our pleasure.
That's not exactly what you asked for, Mr. Thorpe, but I thought it might be better.
Now, did I ask you to think, boy? I told you that I was going out tonight and do me a little funner. And I told you I wanted 2,000 in hundreds.
Yes, sir, you did.
That's what Mr. Thorpe said, Steve. 2,000.
Now, I don't need no help, John. These are tens, ain't hundreds.
That's right. 30 tens, $300. You can have quite a bit of fun with that.
Good grief, Steve. What?
John? You a pretty big thinker, too, ain't you, boy? Just like the rest of them up here.
Mr. Thorpe, I don't know who the rest of them are. But it doesn't take a lot of thinking to know that a pocket full of $100 bills can only buy you a lot of trouble.
Oh, so now you've decided to tell me how much of my money I can have. Is that it, boy?
Well, that's one way of putting it, yes, sir.
Steve, I
Now,
only...
hold on. Boy. You know another way of putting it?
Yes, sir, you're staying at the Sheldrake. I can deliver funds to you there anytime, day or night.
Just so long as it ain't more than $300. Is that right, boy?
That's my advice, yes, sir.
To keep me out of trouble?
Yes, sir.
You just take a good look at me, boy. Now, do I look like a man who can't handle himself?
I'm sure you can take very good care of yourself, sir. In Texas.
Carilla.
Now, hold on. Let me get this straight, boy. Do you mean to stand there and tell me that we ain't as tough in Texas as you...
No, I don't, sir.
Well, then you just better explain what you meant by that little remark.
All right. Now, I don't know how good they are with switchblades in Texas, sir, but here we've got guys who teethed on them. They may not be very good with their fists, but they knew how to mug a stranger before they were out of knee pants. I've seen men A lot of men, Mr. Thorpe. Just as big as you, in emergency hospitals carved up like turkeys because they flashed a big roll in a nightclub at 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I meant by that little remark.
You know something? Ain't nobody talked to me like that more than 20 years, boy.
Well, boy, I wouldn't talk to you that way, Mr. Thorpe.
I'll buy that, too. How'd you like to come back to Texas with me?
Oh, now, look here, Sam.
I'm looking. You thinking?
I'm thinking I've got about as many jobs as I can handle, Mr. Thorpe.
If you change your mind, you just give me a call. I'll send a plane for you, mister. John, you always was lucky.
Switchblade. That's a heck of a way for a man to fight.
Well, offhand, I'd say you've got the job under control.
The beauty gun. No, we had to call it off because there weren't any contestants under 60. Oh, yeah. Well, you know I can breathe. Too many more hats. To us. That's good. I had an offer to go to Texas today. What they call in Texas a real rich millionaire, and he wanted me to be his chief of security. No, I'm a city boy. It was flattering, though. Mr. Frost was very impressed. Here's squadron, please. 87 Squad, Detective Havlin. Oh, hello, Steve. Hey, what are you doing, practicing insomnia? Yeah. Listen, Raj, how are you guys making out on the Ajax job?
We're working on it, Steve. We have several promising leads, and I might go so far as to say that the police promised an early arrest.
All right, detective. You're not talking to the press. Listen, I think I got something you guys might use. From what I read of the Ajax job, it fits a memo of a hood named Barrows. Harry Barrows. Yeah, check it out with Meyer. He and I sent him up about 4 years ago. I know he was sprung within the past 2 weeks.
I'll be glad to pass information on to Detective Meyer when he comes in. And, thank you. We're always happy to deal with cooperative citizens.
Same to you, fella. Now I know what happens to our taxes. I had a hunch about the Ajax job. I just thought I'd tell him. No, I do not wish I was there. Being angel like my new job. Gives me more time with my wife. squadron, please.
87 Squad Cling.
Bert, this is Steve. I just read about Meyer.
Oh, yeah. He was after that guy Barrows you tipped us on.
How is he?
Oh, he's not bad. He was winged in the arm, missed the bone.
Who's on it now?
Who's on it? Everybody's on it. We can't let guys go around shooting cops. Might get to be a habit. Hey, how's the job, Steve? I understand you're working in a bank.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying it on for size. Yeah, it's a lot more money. Bert, I'll get back to you. Yeah, bye. Just talking to the boys down in the squadron. One of my oldest friends got shot last night.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Badly hurt?
No. What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Edgerson's here. She'd like to see you.
Yes, sir.
She's taken quite a shine to you.
It's a nice woman.
I've been thinking over what you said the other day about my son and the villa. Do you remember?
I remember.
You were absolutely right. He should earn it for himself and that silly wife of his. Unfortunately, he's incapable of supporting himself, much less running around buying villas. So,
you're going to buy it for him?
well, he is my son. And I do love him. Here it is. Do you think me a very unwise woman? Oh, you can answer truthfully. I won't take offense.
Well, I think you know your son better than I do. And I'm sure I'd never call you unwise.
I should like to flatter myself that you really need that. In fact, I think I will. Well, so much for that.
Now, are you going to take that home?
Of course. And you're going to escort me after we put the rest of them back. I might even buy it when we get to...
That's a deal. Oh, and that does not come under the heading of humoring wealthy depositors.
It looks wonderful on you, Teddy. I wish I could wear hats like that. No, it's not for me.
You're right. It's not for you. You know what I told Teddy when I first saw the hat? I told her it reminds you of
Like the hat you wear when you go fishing. Believe me, you don't look any better in it either.
Sit down, Meyer.
Steve, I'm not an invalid.
You heard him? Like he likes having a .38 bullet in his shoulder.
Meyer, sit down.
All right, I'm sitting. Everybody happy?
Bursting.
What happened? What happened? I got hit.
Yeah, what happened, Meyer?
Remember you told Roger about Harry Barrows?
Yeah.
Well, I went out looking for him the next morning.
So since when do you go out alone?
Wasn't alone.
Who was with you?
Some new guy. His name was Andrews. Kind of green. What's with the scratching?
Nothing.
Hives?
Hives? What'd you eat, Steve?
Nothing. I'm one of the lucky ones. I didn't have to eat anything. What did the doctor say? Doctor said I got hives.
How come?
I just got hives, that's all, huh?
Listen, when I heard that Steve was working at a bank, and all the time we thought you were on vacation. Listen, you could have knocked me over with a feather. What did I say so terrible?
You didn't say anything terrible, Sarah.
A man wants to better himself by saying more power.
All right.
Steve, I didn't mean anything.
I know.
You know me, Steve.
Will you stop already?
So, I stopped.
Sarah. Meyer, now look, we're friends, aren't we?
You have to ask.
Oh, two hearts that beat as one.
Now, will you let him talk?
All right, all I want to say is, let's just stop tiptoeing around. I work in a bank. Now, this is not a criminal offense. And also, let's get this straight. This was my idea. I just got tired of living from hand to mouth.
Who do you think you're talking to? Meyer Rockefeller?
I'll get it. The whole family.
Soda on the rocks.
All right.
So what's the occasion?
Oh, it's a little bullet party we're having for Meyer.
What's the matter with you?
Long underwear.
Hey, what is this?
This is a living room. You have anything better to do than go around making special calls?
Like what?
Like work?
I am working. Lieutenant thought you might have a new lead mine.
It's all in the report.
Thank you. Yeah, but that was 2 days ago. You've had time to think since then.
Yeah, I've had time to think, not about Barrows, about me. What's happened to me that a guy like Barrows can take me?
That happens.
Doesn't make it any easier. A lead. If I had a lead on Mr. Barrows, I'd go out and get Mr. Barrows.
Come on, talk sense.
Doesn't make sense to you, but to me, some hood is walking around town telling how he took a cop. And I'm the cop. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, Raj? Yeah, he's right here. Bert.
Yeah. Yeah, Raj. When? Right. Hotel Victory. Check. I'll be right there.
Barrows?
Could be.
I'm going.
You got a bum arm.
And I got a good arm.
I got 2 good arms.
And hives.
I'll apologize to Barrows.
Oh, now wait, Steve. You're not even assigned.
Wasting time, huh?
Come on, let's get going. Sarah, I'm going to be
Home late. So, goodbye.
Oh, we need the small drummer boy.
You know what they say about fire horses when they hear a fire alarm? Detectives, too. The telephone rings. He answers. The itching stops. Of course. Doing what he wants to do, the hives are gone. So what are you gonna do?
In there, Barrows.
Sit down.
All right, Barrows, now you want to tell us what you did with the money and get it over with? Or are you going to drag this out into a long session?
I got nothing but time.
You can say that again.
I got nothing but time. Where's your stash of payroll money? Ain't you guys got anything better to do but arrest innocent guys? Why don't you go out and earn an honest buck?
Yeah, I tried that once. This is more fun. All right, Barrows, we got 2 witnesses against you. Now, why don't you just make it easy on everybody and tell us where you put the money at?
How you... Look, I've got what's left of a make sheet here on you. I know you want as a JD, you got 2 losers. Forget it! Get the money up, Barrows. Listen, we're gonna take you anyway because I've got the witnesses and I've got the rest of it. Now,